Well, hello. I invited everybody for dinner, and here we are. The table is beautifully set. Which, ideally, I would say SickNotWeak would work best if we were all in a room together. All the people that were suffering, and all the people that cared for those that were suffering. And we were all in a room together, and then we could share stories with each other, and we could reach out to others, and we could do what works best, and that is to just talk about it. But that, of course, is not feasible, so I think I set this table for nothing. But it is a pretty good-looking table right now, isn't it, Case? Wouldn't you say?
Sure is.
Did I do it all myself?
Yep.
Yep, I sure did. I think the topic of sharing is one of the most contentious, one of the most difficult, because we posted something on Facebook, and essentially it said, if you can't say to the people around you, I suffer from a mental health problem, you need to do something. And we got a lot of responses, and many of them were, I reached out to the people around me and it made a big difference. But here's one from a woman, IG we'll call her, who wrote, how may I explain when everybody around me is judgmental? How may I explain when everybody around me is judgmental? And that is, it's such a difficult thing. You have this secret inside, and you hear people talking about mental health issues, and you know that they have a certain bias against it. And you say, well, how do I share this with them? And I have no great answer for that, because everything is personal, everybody is different. But for me, it's the way you say it that you can, to some extent, control how they perceive you. So if I was to say to you, because I wanted to come honest and clean, I'm suffering from, I don't know why I'm like this, but I'm depressed, and I know I shouldn't be. I know I've got lots of great things in my life. I don't know why I let myself get like this, but I'm just really down. If you share it like that, then you sound weak, and you play right into the stigma that's in your head, and the stigma that the people that you're talking to have embraced. They hear you sound weak, they hear you blame yourself, and as a result, they blame you, which you are not to blame. And that is perhaps the lesson that needs to be told over and over and over again. But if you shared in this way, I want to tell you something. And it's very important that you listen to what I'm saying, and it's very important that you respect what I'm saying. I'm struggling with a mental health problem. I'm suffering from something called depression. This was not my choice. I did not choose this. I did not bring it upon myself, and I cannot will it away. I am sick, but I'm not ashamed or embarrassed to tell you, I am sick and I am not weak, and you have to respect that. If you share that way, I think that you're making a statement, which is basically, I was trying to decide whether to say it in these terms, but you know what? I will say it in these terms. You know what? I don't give a shit what you think about me. This is my illness. That's really what you want to say, but it's not easy for everyone to say it. So here's my advice for you, and I know how tough it is, and I know it's easier for me. But when you share, and eventually you do have to share, you need to do it in a way that says, I'm not ashamed, I'm not embarrassed, and I'm not weak. And the best way to get yourself to say it that way is to believe it. If you believe you're weak, if you think that somehow this is your fault, then you will never convey a sense of strength to anyone else. You are sick, you are not weak. This is not your fault. And if you don't believe that, and many of us don't believe that to start, you need to work on that. You need to hear over and over again from someone like me, you are sick, you are not weak. So when you share, try to do it with strength. And the first person to work on is you. SickNotWeak.com, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 364 days a year. We haven't told you what day we're taking off. Will it be New Year's? Will it be Christmas? Will it be Yom Kippur? Stay tuned and find out.